Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a huge architectural fork in the road for SAP BTP developers. We're talking about choosing between standalone and managed app routers. You know, make the wrong choice here, and you might literally be signing yourself up for a massive headache of operational debt. So let's make sure we get this right from the get-go.
Exactly which route to take. We really need to map out the territory. We're going to look at how your application handles incoming traffic and really break down those major trade-offs you have to make when it comes to management versus control. Here's our agenda for today. 1. The single point of entry. 2. Standalone, power and complexity. 3. Managed, efficiency and integration. 4. A management versus control comparison. And 5. Making your gateway choice.
Section 1. The single point of entry, general architecture.
Okay, so think of the app router as your application's absolute gatekeeper. It's really the central nervous system. Under the hood, yeah, it's essentially a lightweight Node.js library that routes incoming requests. But functionally, it's the very first door your users walk through. It makes absolutely sure every single request is properly vetted and authenticated before it gets anywhere near your sensitive backend data.
Now, an app router's duties basically fall into 3 crucial pillars. First up, it secures entry using authentication and single sign-on. And it does this by integrating tightly with SAP's identity service, XSUAA. Second, it directs traffic. It acts like a proxy, forwarding requests to your backend microservices and OData interfaces. And third, it actually delivers the UI by serving static content straight from the HTML5 application repository.
Section 2. Standalone Approuter, power and complexity.
So if you're building multi-tenant applications, MTX scenarios, this standalone path isn't just an option, it's actually mandatory. The managed route currently locks out support for this. But the real draw here is absolute freedom. Because you're deploying the standalone router yourself within a Cloud Foundry space, you get to inject custom Node.js processing logic, and you maintain strict version control over your router packages. It's a powerhouse.
But here is the critical friction point. You get all that total control, but it comes at the cost of operational isolation. Unlike its managed counterpart, a standalone router just cannot integrate with SAP Build Workzone or the Fiori Launchpad service for centralized management. So you get full extensibility, absolutely, but you're effectively building an operational island.
On top of that, because this router is a completely separate software module that you have to build, maintain, and deploy all by yourself, it eats into your cloud compute resources right out of the gate. You're reserving roughly 128 to 256 megabytes of Cloud Foundry memory just to keep the door open. That might not sound like a ton, but in the cloud, as we all know, every megabyte counts.
Section 3. Managed Approuter, efficiency and integration.
Now let's flip the script. With the managed option, SAP essentially takes the wheel. They route requests for all applications within a subaccount, which means zero maintenance overhead for you. SAP handles the underlying infrastructure, all the updates, the patches, basically leaving your developers free to actually focus on business logic. Plus, it works right out of the box with SAP Build Workzone and features inherently built-in high availability.
The experts at Integrator actually summarize this perfectly in our source materials. They say the main difference lies primarily in management and control. It's that classic trade-off, right? Letting SAP manage the heavy lifting of the infrastructure versus keeping that high customization potential all to yourself.
Section 4. Management versus control comparison.
Let's take a look at the stark contrast here. Provisioning and maintenance? Well, for standalone, that falls entirely on your team's shoulders. For managed, SAP handles it all. What about scalability? You've got to manually implement it for standalone, whereas the managed option scales inherently. And availability? You're stuck manually configuring it on the left, but you get it built in right out of the gate on the right. You are quite literally trading control for pure convenience.
Section 5. Making your gateway choice.
So, to summarize all of this, go managed for your standard scenarios. If you want ease of use, rock-solid reliability, and that sweet out-of-the-box integration with SAP Build Workzone, this is absolutely your path. But pivot to standalone if your app demands it. If you're building multi-tenant MTX applications, if you need really complex custom routing rules, or you absolutely must lock down a specific Node.js version, well, you just have to embrace that operational overhead.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one pivotal question to ask yourself before your next BTP project kicks off. Are you optimizing for ultimate control or maximum efficiency? Answer that and you'll know exactly which router fits your future.
Thanks for watching this video. If you found this explainer helpful, Please like, share, and subscribe to the Anubhav Trainings YouTube channel for more informative videos, practical tutorials, and the latest SAP and technology updates. Keep learning, keep growing, and see you in the next video.